If you want something in life, you just can't cut corners to get there.
For myself, I just want to be the best athlete I've ever been.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, it'll be very hard.
Going team for me has been quite a huge commitment.
What needs to be done, get it done.
Make sure that we leave no stones unturned, and that's the mindset.
This opportunity is like once in a lifetime.
My name is André Rode. I am 28 years old. I am half Danish, half French. My main background sport is American football, and that's the primary thing I've been doing. I did 8 seasons of that. I played both in America and in Denmark, and I think the carryover from that sport has been like the strength and more power-based stuff. The motivation behind going team this year is that I wanted a new challenge. I've been doing 9 seasons as an individual competitor. I recently became a dad, and I wanted to just try to set out to do something new for a season. I also felt that I knew some really cool people that I could create a team together with that would just create a unique team that we might not have that opportunity again, because it is complicated to find people that you know and trust and that are willing to make the same commitments as you.
Andre told me about this idea, making a great team for the next season. I could only say yes. My name is Julian. I'm 29 or 28, it depends on who you ask. And then I'm from Denmark. I have been doing CrossFit for 11 years. My background is, of course, first of all football, and then I did a lot of track and field, and it helped me a lot with the performance, like be best on day, be best at competition. We did a lot of strength work in track and field, so I got introduced to like squatting thing like pretty early. When I was 13, I did my first back squat.
My name is Julia. I just turned 31 and I'm from Denmark. Before CrossFit, I was a swimmer, a competitive swimmer for a lot of years until I turned 19. And just growing up in a competitive environment has helped me transfer that a lot to CrossFit. It also helped me with being very disciplined and managing my time well. I would say the general fitness and doing sports and pushing yourself to the limit has also been something I've done a lot before in swimming.
For myself, I just want to be the best athlete I've ever been. And I do think the environment I'm in now is like a blessing that I am being here. And I just want to focus on enjoying it every day, maximizing every day. And then when looking back, there was nothing left in the tank, not a single drop. I am Nienke van Overveld, 28 years old, and I'm from the Netherlands. I've been a gymnast since the age of 8 until 15, and I think the body awareness, like how the body moves, helps me a lot to learn new skills, which is very important for CrossFit, and it's also stuff I really like.
I actually have some team experience from like 2015 where me and Natalie, we met up, where we started dating. We did some 4-man teams there. And then if not in 2020, I was kind of like invited to go on the Team Butcher's Lab for a season, and we qualified for the Crossfitgames through the sanctional format. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we didn't really get to go, but that's about it. I'm pretty fortunate to have like teammates that have a lot of experience, and I can really lean on them for advice on how to attack the workouts, how to approach different things, and like what are the challenges that I can't see because I don't have the experience. So it definitely helps to have some equipped teammates.
So just give me the information I need to make the right call. Switch! Go!
So I've been on a few teams before. I've been on a Thai team in 2016, Dutch team 2019, then English team or British team 2021, Spanish team 2022, and now on a Danish team in 2023.
I have quite a lot team experience, both from the games and just like bigger competitions. I have been to the CrossFit Games first in 18 with Team Butcher's Lab. And we also qualify in 20 and then again in 21 with Butcher's Lab. So 3 times qualifying.
I've never been on teams before except a 3-person team at Wodapalooza or a 2-person team at smaller competitions. So I have close to no experience with the team stuff.
Your responsibility is the team's responsibility and vice versa. It's everything you do, from sleep to nutrition to training to staying injury-free, not doing dumb stuff, not going snowboarding even though you want to.
As I've been used to doing my own kind of training and only having myself to compare to in training because I've been alone a lot. Going team just makes me really aware of my teammates and the level of fitness they have and what I'm supposed to, where I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to go. And it also makes me actually realize the holes I have or the weaknesses I have. They are on display a bit more, but at the same time it makes me very excited because it's an opportunity for me to work specifically here to try to make the team as great as possible.
To be a great team, it takes a lot of knowing each other, both like communication-wise. The less you can communicate while you're working out, the better.
Getting to know each other without talking would be super important on a team. So you look into each other's eyes and you know exactly how many reps a person can do. So it's knowing each other's statistics, the unbroken reps, but also under fatigue, what can somebody do, when can we start? And I think if you get that dialed in, which requires a lot of training, you got a great team.
In our training now, every time we do anything that's synchronized, we always film it, we review it as a team. Everyone gets kind of the video sent in WhatsApp group. And then from the next week, when we train together again, we can kind of go through like what went good, what went bad, and how can we optimize it.
Am I grabbing it too close to you?
Yeah, it looks like you have a little bit too much in front.
We know it will come down to the small things as the team side is becoming super competitive, and it's really difficult to do well. So
it's definitely a huge commitment for me because then I also get very aware, you know, what if I get injured, what if I get sick, what, you know, people are dependent on me, and I haven't really been used to that. I've been used to just being dependent on myself and being very much in my own head, and I feel when you go team, you need to be able to vocalize a lot how you're feeling, what's your expectations, you know, to adjust. And it takes a lot of communication, really.
I think the most important part is that the teammates, they enjoy each other's company. We have a good relationship, a good friendship, because if we need to push our absolute best all year long for each other, we need to respect each other and really like each other and have just that special bond.
But also from a team building perspective, you need, I think, to of course find 4 people who actually enjoy each other's company, because it's a very intense experience, for me at least, to be training with a team and be around so many people a lot of the time. So I'm usually a person who needs to sometimes to like draw back a little and unwind, and you don't get the same kind of opportunities always on a team because you're always on the spot.
NoShortCuts is the brand that I created together with Natalie 3 years ago, and the name of the brand is also the slogan and the motto. It was kind of a brand name that encompasses everything that we stand for, and it's, if you want something in life, you just can't cut corners to get there. And anything worth having is gonna take the hard road, and NoShortCuts is just about taking that road. It's the biggest commitment that I've ever done, for sure. It requires, first of all, a lot of finances from the company to be able to sort of pay for a lot of the things that comes into having this team. Like, we had to renovate our house in order to have an apartment that could host athletes from the team. We had to affiliate with CrossFit, which we're super excited about. So there's been a lot of things, but the commitments at the same time are really commitments that I also believe will make each of us the best athletes we have ever been. So even though we're going team, I think individually we will get to the highest level because of these commitments.
The whole training season is already planned out and mapped, of course, by Dre.
This is our first session actually mixing properly, like the worm with gymnastics, so we don't have to set huge expectations for today.
We know exactly what's coming, and we can always ask him what to expect, what the season looks like in the training. So we can mentally prepare for it, but not worry about the programming aspects of it, which decreases a lot of stress. And just trusting that what he does is what exactly needs to be done.
I think in order to have a really good team, you need to be able to be really well-rounded in your programming, because you can't just rely on one or two good athletes. You need everyone to be in sync, and you need everyone to check up on their weaknesses or the holes they're having. So I think it also requires people, as I said before, to be very vocal about, how are they feeling and where do they feel they need to work more.
You can only achieve great things by working hard. That's the only way. There's nothing else you can do to be better than you can.
There's no magic pills, there's no magic way. It's just the hard work, and then the results will come.
A no shortcuts mentality is you yourself being able to see, where do I want to go and how do I get there? Like, what is the details I need to focus on? What is the decisions I need to make in, like, when you look at if you work or where you live or where you train, there's a lot of difficult decisions that you might have to make, nutrition-wise, or spending less time with your friends and family and prioritizing differently. And I would say, when you take a no shortcuts approach, you really realize, okay, am I willing to put in the work? Am I willing to make these difficult decisions?
And with no shortcuts training, the mindset is always that we want to be as sort of detailed and planned out as possible. We go with the mindset of, if you don't plan it, you can't really set yourself up for success. And we don't define success as winning, we define success as being as prepared as possible. So we try to really create a framework that is as detailed as possible, from a training perspective, from a nutrition perspective, sleep, lifestyle, everything that it takes in order to hopefully achieve a great season, whatever that might entail. We don't know that. We don't really put our goals on something that's outcome-based. We set an action-based goals, and we focus on the actions that will take us to become really good, and that's really what we're focusing on. So we have planned out every single bit. Every athlete has individualized programs. We have like supplement guidelines for each athlete and mindset guidelines, and we'll make sure that we leave no stones unturned, and that's the mindset.